So hi, I'm Mark Richert. I'm serving as the Interim Executive Director of the Association for Education and Rehabilitation of the Blind and Visually Impaired, or AER. Well, so I guess first and foremost, I have to say that my biggest credential to be talking right now is the fact that I've been blind all my life. So I'd like to say that I have more than 50 years, more than a half century of experience living with vision loss. And I can tell you that in the 1980s, when yours truly was going through that period of time in my life when I should have been doing transition services, I'm not entirely sure that it's not that people didn't know about transition or what transition was all about. It's that I don't think there was very much an organized, sort of well thought out approach to transition services. And I'm grateful for the fact that students today are living in an environment where those transition services are a bit more clearly identified, organized, and that resources like those being put together now by APH are out there to help assist parents and families, and frankly, educators too.
Hi, I'm Lori Pulliam, and I am out in the state of Washington. I am the program manager for the LIFTT program. I work for the Washington State School for the Blind, and the LIFTT program and the School for the Blind are in a partnership with Department of Services for the Blind, which is the state of Washington's vocational rehabilitation agency for the blind. And LIFTT itself is a post-secondary program for young adults ages 18 to 22 who want to learn skills of adult independence. When you're on an IEP, everybody's there to tell you what to do and when to do it. And when you're on an IPE, it's up to you. So there's a big canyon there. And that's why the LIFTT program was created, was to help people with a bridge across that canyon get from somebody else's responsibility to their own responsibility.
Hi, my name is Esmeralda, and I'm currently an RA, or resident advisor, for the LIFTT program. Transition to me is definitely a lot more of gaining that independence from having someone help you build the skills that you need in any environment to being able to take those skills and being able to implement them in the environments that you were, or in the environments that you were taught to use them in on your own. So at least for me, it's more of a gradual independence thing. And even if it isn't so gradual, the independence is definitely a big area, especially growing up with a visual impairment. It's one thing having people always look out for you, and another thing learning to look out for yourself. At least for me, it was a lot of that learning how to manage this new sense of freedom, I suppose is how I would say it. Not having someone constantly look over my shoulder to do something or to get things done. I was responsible for being the one to get the work done for my college classes, as well as getting anything I needed to get done during the day. Well, done. I am currently working towards, well, at least my ultimate goal is to become a teacher of the visually impaired.
It is a partnership, a dance, whatever. Pick your favorite metaphor between young person and instructor or instructors, because that young person may not be at a point, certainly at that early stage of that transition experience, to have that motivation. Gee, I'm not entirely sure I can do this. And it's part of that magic, right? It's an art, not a science, part of that magic that happens between a young person with potential, but might not necessarily yet have that pilot light lit to interact with that awesome instructor who can light the pilot light and maybe keep fanning it into flame, and ultimately hand off that responsibility for keeping the pilot light lit to the young person. And when it happens, it's a awesome thing to see.
It is. It's all, the staff can, needs to be good, but the participant has to be really truly engaged and wanting take those next steps and working towards it. It is all about the participant. And I caught myself saying to one of them this morning, I can't want this more than you do. So, you know, it really is, that's what it's all about.